Hello, hello. Welcome to Arcades Anonymous. I am your host, Nerd Lounge Master 84. Hope everybody is having a fantastic Wednesday. It's been a long week, and glad to have a time just to have the weekly meeting with you guys as we move on. So, long week, and we're ready for the start of a new week as we move on. And got a great topic to talk about tonight, so I'm looking forward to it. Let's bring in my co-host this evening. Let's see here. Gentlemen, welcome. We've got Gamer Fridge covering for Chaotic. Chaotic had a great opportunity to go to a concert. And, dude, I tell you, I'm really glad that he got to go to that concert. He was super excited. So, Gamer Fridge, thank you for filling the slot tonight. We really appreciate you stepping in and helping out. Oh.
Glad to be here. Sorry,
technical issues.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
All right, Joel, my brother, my friend, what's going on, man?
It's going.
Had a long week yourself too, man.
Yeah, hanging in there. But yeah,
I'm glad you're here, brother. It's not a week without talking to you and Matt, man. It's just not a normal week for me.
Working on trying to get healthy and caught up on everything. So.
Do we need to do an Arcades Anonymous fitness hour or something?
I think we might need to. Yeah.
Yeah, we could
all get treadmills and we could all walk on it and talk.
We could bring in Sam. Yeah.
And we fit.
Well, we can get Phil to do a live from his gym and help us out.
Yeah.
So.
No, that ring fit. What is that ring thing?
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I bought one of those, but it was.
Yeah, my son bought one too.
Matt, good to see you, brother. How was your week?
It's been productive so far. So yeah, it's been pleasant, and also fall. It's officially fall. Like you go outside in the morning, it's pleasant, and so yeah. And then
I know I've had the Halloween tree up for a couple of weeks now. So yeah,
you know what it really is now.
Yeah. It's the Halloween tree, everybody. We want to start out the show with a Halloween tree. So who we got in the chat tonight? Let's see. We got Cornercade was here. Glad to see you. Matt Astor was in the house. Andy's Game Room. Stock Jock, brother, great to see you. Thank you so much. I don't know how many times I can say thank you so much for my Saturday morning.
It's the cereal.
Fuel. Yeah. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Ralphie in the house. Bobby View. Clean as a mother.
Yeah.
Let's see. Toxin in the house. I'm sorry, dude. You're gonna have to he's gonna have to be required to wear it when he's here next time.
Yeah.
So, Toxin. I will make sure that Chaotic has that around his neck. Vader in the house, brother. Good to see you. I know you've missed a few of our shows just because you've been busy as can be. Carl O in the house.
Carl.
Who's this guy? I don't know who this guy is.
Who
is this fella?
I don't
know.
Never met him, that's for sure.
Never met him.
Yeah.
Who we got here? Gen Xer Overland. I don't know who. Is this one of your friends, Matt?
Yes, my baby.
All
right.
Welcome. Mike Hart Scott. Every YouTuber messes up your name. I'm sorry. God,
Mike
horrible.
It's pronounced my cock hurts.
There you go.
Mike Hawk.
I don't know why everybody struggles with that so much.
Yeah.
He hurt his hawk.
Matt needs an upgrade. What do you mean you need an upgrade?
He was being positive. He said he definitely upgraded his webcam. Actually, it's the same one, just a different room.
I love you, brother. Come on. Oh man. Extra special guest, the Christmas tree. Yep, that'll be great. Yeah. Glad everybody's here. Thank you for stopping in. Got a great topic tonight. We're going to talk about remastered games. So, Joel, you want to start this off, brother? Tell me what you're thinking.
Yeah. Let me. So yeah, I kind of had this thought. Trying to multitask here. And,
it's not so easy, is it? Yeah.
No.
It's never
there
easy.
we go. Should have that ready to go a long time ago. So,
DuckTales.
Yeah, remastered games. So we're starting to see tons of cool remastered games, that are coming out. I think the classic one that, at least for me, that sticks out is DuckTales here. But we got the Metroid, and there's all kinds of remasters of things that are starting to come out and play this. I found this. I thought it was kind of neat. One of the things I love is just the idea of, that they kind of keep the same gameplay and everything, but it's just kind of a refreshed graphics, and, just some cool, interesting stuff. So this is DuckTales NES versus the remastered version that first, what did it come out on? The Wii U, I think, was first. And I think it's available on the Switch now. But, they've done this with a bunch of different things. I think Wonder Boy actually has a feature where you can, while the game's going on, you can switch between old versus new to see the difference and stuff, which is kind of neat. But I don't know. I really love this idea of just bringing back, not just bringing back, but bringing back with a little bit of a twist, a little refresh, modernizing it a little bit, and doing this kind of remastered version of games. And so I had this thought a couple weeks ago while I was like mowing my uncle's lawn across state on the weekend, and I kind of had this thought of like, what are some of the games from my past, my youth, that I would like absolutely love to see them remaster and redo, but they most likely won't, So there's like, there's obvious ones, Sonic and all that stuff, that they're going to easily do. There's hundreds of Marios coming out and stuff, but what are the kind of those hidden gems that you really just love to replay in a refreshed format, but not change much? The gameplay is still the same. It's still there, but just been refreshed.
Well, I think all of us did a little bit of homework to decide what we thought they should be doing. Obviously, tugging at our own emotional, nostalgic strings. But I think it's good point is that I think it's awesome that they are relooking at these, because they understand that our generation is the ones that's making major purchases now. So obviously, they're going to find ways to sell to us. And I really, honestly, I heard about the DuckTales remaster, but I actually did not realize it was out. So obviously it's been out for a while, right, Joel? It's been out for a little bit.
Quite a few years.
It's
only
been
like
on
a
the Wii
decade
U.
now, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
Decade? Okay. Well,
I know it's
I'm
out for
clearly behind the
it's
times
on the Wii
here.
U, yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the most.
It's understandable that you didn't hear about it, because it launched on the Wii U. So
This is on a PS3 too.
is
And I
it?
think Xbox. Yep.
So real quick, Toxin said, have any of you guys played the Alex Kidd remake? I actually do. And I was a big Sega Master kid, so I loved playing Sega Master System. And to be honest, I didn't play a lot of Alex Kidd when I was growing up. But I did pop in this the Switch remake and really liked it. Definitely was nostalgic to open that packaging when it looks like the Sega Master System packaging when it's obviously Switch. So has anybody on the panel tried this game as well?
I have
No.
but I will.
I
And
haven't.
I think
Is it
it's
the
not a
Sega
very
one?
good-
Is it
it's
the
a
Sega
Sega that's on the
mascot?
Switch now. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was like supposed to be their mascot and before Sonic.
Yeah. I don't want to say it was, but it was one of their major titles that they were
Gotcha.
trying to push. Yeah. So
Toxin's a Sega guy, so
Gotcha.
I'll have to play it.
Yeah, and for sure my thought with this was
Papa Bad's
kind
in
of,
the house. So
You got the Quest
my
3.
thought with this was kind of remasters versus
Remakes?
completely like TMNT Shredder's Revenge, which is more of like a nod to the old game. It's not
Yes, sir.
it's not taking the old game and refreshing it. and
correct.
stuff. So
Or like Streets of Rage.
definitely
Right,
that
right.
was kind of the theme
Yeah.
and thought with this topic.
And then you
I
also
don't
have
know.
remakes too.
So while I'm sharing the screen, you want me to show mine?
Show yours what you
So this is my absolute number one pick of what I would love to see remastered, but I doubt that we'll ever see it. So it's Bugs Bunny's Crazy Castle on the NES. And for some reason, this wasn't like my absolute favorite game on the NES, but it was one that I always would go to and play and just have a lot of nostalgia for and memories of playing. And it seemed to have like a lot of replay value to it and stuff. I don't know how many people have ever played this before, but to me, it seems like it was kind of a really advanced game for the NES for its time. So the whole premise here is you're Bugs Bunny. You're going around and you got to collect all the carrots that are in the maze. And so once you get all the carrots that are in this little castle maze type thing, then you complete past that level. And so it's pretty simple. It's mostly D-pad. Bugs can't jump. So you only can like go up things when there's steps. But there are these little, booby traps and different things that you can utilize to kind of take out some of the bad guys that are trying to kill you or whatever. And there you can use one button so you can get that little boxing glove, and you can save that for later. And you can shoot that boxing glove at one of the enemies and take them out if you need it. So you there's different little traps. You can dump buckets, down on them to get rid of them. You can drop boxes. You get kind of there's like a little electrocute thing that kind of gives you like kind of invincibility for a few seconds where you can walk into people.
Yeah.
See, and then he had the boxing glove, so he was able to save himself there. But the interesting part is like the enemies they're kind of set up to they're little AI like, so they'll follow you and track you. So there's a little aspect to it of they'll move around depending on where you're at on the screen. Certain ones do different things and will follow you and they won't, but so yeah, like there's this kind of puzzle aspect to it of, how do I trick, the computer into moving over here so I can get to here and go through this corridor. But so it kind of had a lot of replay because you could kind of come back to it, and each level was never really the same because the guys move around, at kind of according to how you're doing things. So for me, this just was kind of a fun. I know that they made some other versions of this afterwards. I think they even made like a Crazy Castle 5 or 6 or something that was on Game Boy Advance, but they kind of lost a lot of the enjoyable fun aspect of this and the simplicity in some ways. It was just kind of this puzzle, kind of Pac-Man-y, but had, a little bit of traps and fun and stuff like that. But to me, I was thinking, this would be a fun game if they kind of refreshed it with fresh graphics and maybe gave it a little bit of a modern twist, added some new levels or something.
Maybe let him actually jump a little bit, see what he can actually do. Now, so you think, kind of like what the DuckTales did, just the more modern graphics and whatnot, not really mess with the dynamic of the game, but just really give it that
maybe
modern...
add a few levels or something, make it a little bit more difficult if you wanted to, but not mess with much of the aspect dynamics of the game at all, keeping it true to form.
So is that the one that you would want the most? Is that like the top of the top?
Yeah, that was my number one, top of the top.
Is there another one that you want to share that you would want to do, or
no? Let's just leave it there for now.
Leave it there. That's what
I've been talking enough. Let's see what everybody else has to say.
Matt, what you got, brother?
All right, so mine's kind of, I would call it odd or unique. Mine are based. There's two of them are near and dear to my heart that I actually purchased my own money. The first one is behind me on the ALU, and it's Wizards and Warriors for the NES. And so I used to play it frequently over and over because I just like you chores around the house, and I bought it. And so even randomly, I'll go through and and play it. And then here I'll share my screen. The same concept. It's almost similar to your Bugs game, but like you have to go around and collect these little diamond things. Let's see if I can share the screen and not cause the infinity screen thing going on.
Real quick, 19K Fox, I'm down for the Bugs Bunny FPS, but he shoots carrots instead of bullets and dresses like a girl bunny to escape enemies. Thank you, Fox. That's awesome.
Donkey Kong 64. Yeah, I think you shot peanuts and bananas at each other.
Yes, sir.
In 3D. Yep.
All right, so let's see. Let's just go through. See if it works. Is it working? Not necessarily.
There you go.
All right, so the whole notion of this given game is like you have to collect so many basically diamonds or jewels to get out of a given level.
Mm-hmm.
And then also there's like 3 to 4 keys within the levels, and they unlock these treasure chests. And then you just walk around, you have to kill things. It's not call it monotonous, but like you have to grind it out. And so when I was a kid, if I actually got the chance to play the game on my own, and I would play this, because if not, there was, like I said multiple times before, in my given family, there was 4 boys and a girl. And so most of our games were like 3 to 4 people, like mainly it was either like Contra or Dr. Mario, where multiple people could be on the screen at the same time.
Right.
And so this was like near and dear to my heart because I would play it just from me. And so I love this game. And if they would polish this, I would buy it.
So what are you thinking that they would do to this? You just want to see it kind of like the DuckTales as well, just like really smooth and modern graphics, not really tweaked with the game, but actually just make it look nice and crisp.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I wouldn't be greedy. I just basically instead of like 8-bit, turn it into even 64 or 120. I don't really care. Like it's just round the edges and make. I mean, they could also do like the knight could be like the guy from like Shovel Knight or just that given style of knight could walk around.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, just more polished. And so, but I love this game.
Cool.
And then the second one, I got a longer list. The second one is a no-brainer. So if they could do DuckTales as good as they could, like why couldn't they just they could do Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers the same way, right?
Yeah.
And so let me see this. Let me stop.
Oh, that would be a good one. I
Yes,
enjoy it.
So let me stop this and then go to the next one.
Okay.
And then there it is. And so we've all played it, and then it was just a great game. And so, is it playing?
Great cartoon too.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And also, we met it, like when you go to Disney or whatever, there it goes. And so it's a great game. And so it has replayability. And then,
This looks like a whole new game. I don't think I've ever made it this far.
Oh, you didn't?
I don't think I've never made it this far. No.
Yeah,
I've played it a ton, but yeah, I could never make it very far as a kid. And I don't think I've revisited it in a while.
Yeah, it was, but the same. It was just if they could polish DuckTales as well. Like the physics on this is fantastic, and then most people had this game in their given library because it was affordable, it was mass produced, and and then we all have nostalgia based on the cartoon, right? Chip and Dale's, right? Yeah, so
Disney Hour.
Yes, sir.
Did they ever make a Tailspin?
Let's see, a Tailspin cart as an NES cartridge.
Yeah, like a game, because that was the other one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was DuckTales, Chip and Dale, and Tailspin.
Tailspin. Yep.
I think there was a Tailspin.
I would believe so. Let me stop sharing my screen.
I always imagined him, flying in the clouds and stuff as a cool, concept.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Are we sure they didn't come out with one and it was just
it wasn't good?
It just wasn't good enough, or
here we just Google it real fast.
Yeah, Google it real quick.
Google fool it.
Those are good. I think those are good choices, man. I think both of those games would be really cool. And I think they remastered Lion. Didn't they remaster Lion King?
Capcom did a Tailspin for NES.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That means it's probably good.
Yeah, Capcom did it. Yeah.
Bad guy, Mike Worley. If you're watching, please let this be one of your features. We'd love to see this as well.
Tailspin.
Mm-hmm.
Tailspins. Yeah.
Tailspin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, we can put in a good word. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
So,
we'll
he's
speak to him.
yeah. Hot
privately.
Ringus, make it happen, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, you're his IT guy. Come on, you could tell him his computer's not working unless he does it. So,
Yeah.
there you go. All right, Jay, what do you got, brother? What do you want to share?
I got a bunch here, but
Okay.
mine are a little newer.
Okay.
So and I'm going into like more PlayStation and stuff like that.
Yes,
But
sir.
one of the ones that I thought was done really well of as far as remastered was the Tony Hawk series, Tony Hawk 1 and 2. I don't know if you guys played this one.
So that one got remastered.
This is a remaster.
That is a remaster. Yeah, we had it
This
on the
is the
Dreamcast.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. They pretty much took the PlayStation 1 and 2, PlayStation 1, the first two games, and combined them into one game, and they updated the graphics. They added another game mode to it, but it still had like like you guys say, when they remaster these, they got to feel right. They got to feel like the game.
Yeah.
I think before this was Tony Hawk 5, and that just did not feel right. So this one was done right. So what everybody wants now is 3 and 4. So if they can but the company after this was Activision. So now that Microsoft owns Activision, and just don't know what's going to happen. But I would really love to see 3 and 4 done just like this. This would print money. There's a lot of us out here that love Tony Hawk. If you haven't played this one is just awesome. So that would be.
Toxin says so. The Tony Hawk remake is like Arcade 1-Up's Fast and Furious. So it's two games in one, right?
No. No, the two games are in it separately. Yeah. So you play them both. So you can play them separately. And if you ever played the first two, it really is just a bunch of levels.
Yeah.
So you just there's no real story to it. There's not like some of the later ones where they have a lot of story to it. So it really is just a bunch of different maps. And then you go into they're segregated, and then you finish 1, you finish 2, and then there's another one where they put a bunch of like different scenarios in there where you can actually speed run it, and they have it's added value. It isn't but it really does feel like the games, but then they added some of the newer mechanics from the newer games. So it was a very well balanced game. It was a work of love. You could tell they really cared about that one.
And Ralphie says it has a great soundtrack too. So.
Yep.
So it's actually the complete opposite of Arcade 1-Up.
Correct.
This is two games in one, as opposed to one game split into two.
Two, correct.
Yeah.
They didn't take the first game and make it half of it 1 and then the other half 2.
Yeah.
And try to pass it off as being two different games.
Correct.
So real quick before we move on, because obviously we were talking about Tony Hawk. So did any of you guys skate? Were any of you skaters? Like, no.
Yes, sir.
Couldn't
only in video
balance
games.
Kind of thing. Yeah. Well,
yes.
Matt
I remember as a youth trying to do it, and I totally face to the pavement. Anyway,
I struggle with those kicks.
Yeah. Do you? I have like the boards for the consoles. I think I've got it for the Wii and the PlayStation 3. I think where you have the board, you sit it on the carpet, and it captures your motion. So I've got like
the Tony Hawk
board. Yeah, the Tony Hawk boards.
That thing totally bombed.
Yeah. Well,
that was the end of Tony Hawk. That's what killed Tony Hawk.
Yeah, the boards that were going into the consoles, but I've got like 3 or 4 of them, so part of my gaming collection.
So yeah, actually, when I was a kid, Tony Hawk, he was before he had his own brand. He skated for Pal Peralta, and so it was him, Caballero. Who else? There was like the Dream Team when they all skated for Pal. So, yeah.
Stock Jock, I think he might be. I think he actually might be a relation. If Mike is still in he can let us know.
Yeah,
right?
It was his mother's maiden.
The Bones Crew. Thank you, Ralphie. He got it. Ralphie, he got my back.
Yeah, there you go.
They were dope. Yeah, it was like
All right, Jay, what else you got? I know you got a whole stack there.
Yeah, I
buddy.
have a whole stack, so we could keep going all night. But
Yeah.
I know this might happen, so I don't know how good it is. Sticking with the skateboarding theme real quick, the opposite of Tony Hawk, what was it? Remember? It was Tony Hawk and what else?
Oh, you
Yeah,
have
the
what? You have Dave.
Trivia
Dave
night.
oh, you mean like Dave Mears BMX?
No,
Or like-
skateboarding.
Oh, then there was just skate.
Skate,
Yeah.
Skate
The
2.
state.
Yep.
Skate 2, a lot of people like 3, but I like 2 better because of there's a dam level where you can just like fall down and do crazy tricks. They're supposedly supposed to be making this is more realistic skateboarding. So
Yes, sir.
Tony Hawk was arcade, and I like them both. They're both good in their different ways. I would like to see a remaster of this or a modern take on it,
Mhm.
done right. You know, I know they're talking about doing free to play, so I'm not really. That's not what we want. We want just a standalone game, and not the Fortnite version of skateboarding. So keeping in that one. This is another one that might. I'm hearing this kind of got remade,
Okay.
but you guys remember this one?
Need for
Need for
Speed?
Speed Most
Pretty much
Wanted.
fine.
This one had bullet time in it. So this one, so when you went around a corner too fast, you would kick in bullet time, and you could take the corner better. So that was one of it. So they remade this by the same people who made like I said, I got a bunch of these. Same people who made Burnout, which is another one we want. Burnout 3, the same guys who made that made the remaster of, and it's called the same game, but it's
Yes, sir.
not really the same game. But this one's more the street version of it. I really would like to see this one at least modernized or remastered or HD remake, whatever,
Yeah.
on a modern console, because this one's stuck in probably PS2. I think there's an Xbox One version of this, but I really like to see this one. As far as this is probably the height of Need for Speed, as being like an arcadey fun game.
Mhm.
So that's another one. I mean, I got tons more if you guys want to keep going, but I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
Show us what you got.
All right, you guys, we're all into college football, right?
Of course.
You know,
Yeah, why not?
yeah. Well, I don't know. I talked to me and Matt are and stuff. I would like to see both of these companies right here.
Uh-oh.
There's a EA,
Yeah,
NCAA,
yeah.
and then we got 2K, college football. Both of these companies make a football game, because we can't have just one company making sports games, because all they do is make them so they're just nonstop V-Bucks. So I don't think that's ever going to happen, because they already got we're going to make a ton of money, not on the actual game part of it, on whatever their modes are. So that's a dream. I know it's past, but so yeah, I would love to see both of these companies, 2K and EA, because when having Madden on one and having the NBA on the other, and they're not competing, you're not getting good games. Back in the day when they both had to compete, they were both fighting to make a really, really good game, and we got really good sports games back in the day. I don't think people realize how good sports games were back in like the PS2 era.
Now they
Yeah,
just
that's
have
a good
to
argument.
update the rosters and they're good to go.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep. That's all it is. On that note, the 2K ESPN, probably the best football game ever made, right here. Still go back and play this. You had the ESPN. You were like watching ESPN. You're like, your whole halftime show was like Sports Center. So I know this. Oh, yep.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Someone Toxin. I'm right
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right with you.
There you go.
Street.
There he
Any
is.
of the street.
Yeah. That series was dope. They should bring it back.
It was.
Street on the street series. Big EA Big. Any of those EA Big ones?
And I saw the Blockbuster tag on that one.
Oh, yep. Let's see what.
I love
What is this? Yeah.
Yeah.
$3.99. So yeah, Street. This series right here. Of course, the best one was Street Fighter. Oh no, Street Fighter. NBA Street 3 on the GameCube. Know why? Know why that's the best one? because you can play Mario and Luigi and Peach, and they can be dunking on everybody.
Really?
Yep, it was only on the GameCube version. So that is the one to play because you got Mario just dunking on everybody. It's hilarious.
Well, we got to take a commercial break here.
All right. Oh, G.I. Joe.
Yeah, Joe
Yeah,
Riser
G.I. Joe
is
Riser.
in.
Stockjock is selling your stuff, man.
He is.
Yeah.
I shipped one out. I shipped one out yesterday, and I have another one ready to be shipped out. I'm waiting on tea molding. I ran out of tea molding.
Oh, man.
He's hustling for you. He's
So,
hustling.
so is my Elvira table mid complete there, Joel?
I've made huge improvements since Stock Jocks too. Like now there's
Oh.
like minimal assembly required. This is all cam lock systems and stuff like that I've
Uh-huh.
upgraded them to.
Ooh.
And
Ooh,
so
Yeah.
I like the Camelot systems.
there you go.
Go
That's the
together.
way to go. That's what IRK did.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
NBA
Yep.
Jam
No,
PlayStation
no
2.
screw holes, nothing. Yep.
That's a good one.
It's clean like a
Like
mother.
Yeah.
Thank you for sponsoring Arcades Anonymous there.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
No problem.
We'll send you a bill.
All right. What else you got, brother? Anything else?
I got tons if you want to keep going. All right. All right. I'm going to do one. This one.
He's upset you didn't send him a demo model. I
Yeah.
think you really need to work on that, Joel.
I might need to. Yeah.
Yeah, you might get on that. Have you guys played
Gotta
this
work
one?
on an instructional video.
Transformers: Fall of Cybertron.
Have you played that
That
one?
sounds awfully familiar.
Yep, this is probably one of the best Transformers game. It's a sequel to these two Transformers War of Cybertron. This is a sequel. This one's more of a one-player game,
Yeah.
but the cool thing about this one is it's got a multiplayer option.
So what
you
would
can
you say? What would you say you need to if they remastered it? What do you think they need to do? to that?
For that one, they would have to. They could update the online. It really needs either continue the story with another version, or maybe combine those two like they did with the Tony Hawk and make a double. Those two. These guys really went into the lore so much at the time. Hasbro said this was canon. Those two games were canon because this is right before the Transformers come to Earth. So it's everything leading up to them crashing on Earth from the original 80s cartoon. So they spent a lot of love and care of to take these two games and be like almost a prequel to the 80s cartoon. So I'd like to see them continue on that if they continued on the story. But if not, just I know they made a PS4 version, but there's a licensing issue with who owns the rights to Transformers?
It's Hasbro.
It is
Is
Hasbro.
it Paramount? Paramount?
Probably
the movie.
so.
Probably, yeah. It's on Paramount Plus. I'm guessing.
Yeah. So they were recently saying that they lost the code or something, and then I think Activision. There was a big argument on Twitter where they're like, "No, we never told them that they couldn't make the game or they couldn't keep the code or something like that." It was like they lost the code to this game for a minute, and I was like,
Look at that.
"Oh,
Yeah.
Bobby,
Ooh, Bobby.
Bobby,
Yeah, that's true.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I love Transformers."
I'm sure it's going to
But
be that.
Have you guys played
Transformer-
this? Have you guys played this?
No,
No.
I played the Transformer, the Techno Parrot version that Bobby probably put on his build. It's
Okay,
dope.
no, you need to this. It's just
So
at least this one.
Fire up the PS3.
Yeah. This is hard to get. You can play it on
Really?
PC too. Yes, you can't buy it on Steam anymore.
Really?
It's been delisted. So
Oh,
I have
man.
it on Steam because I grabbed it. It was only like $5 if we're trying to get rid of them. But if you happen to have it, get it. There is a PS4 version physical out there somewhere, but that one's hard to find. So I would just like it to be available. That's when we're talking about these even remasters and stuff like that, even like having these games that you can't even play anymore, it really, kind of sucks. So check that one out if you're into that. Got a couple more. I don't know if you guys want to keep on. You guys into shooters?
Of course. Who isn't into shooters?
Okay, well, if Modern Warfare or Battlefield, Call of Duty or Battlefield.
Probably more Call of Duty.
Matt, you play him?
No, I'm old, so I would play like Halo, Gears of War.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that's more my jam based on shooters.
Okay. Joel, what do you play?
I probably was more Halo than
Halo. Okay, so more
than
Xbox.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I play both, but one of my favorites, and this is going to be weird, is Battlefield Bad Company. So a lot of people talk about Bad Company 2, but this one was the start of the Frost engine, where they had destruction and things blowing up. And the story on this is hilarious. It's absolute. It's like 4 guys, they're all in trouble. They're bad company, and they're forced to just be on the front line because these guys are the troublemakers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The story on this is hilarious. This really pushed the power of like the Xbox and the PS3. Obviously, I was a PS3 guy. But this is where destruction, where you could, instead of like walking through the door, you could just blow up the wall and just walk through. So, and then two was where the probably considered one of the best multiplayer of that generation, where everything, you could blow up a building, you could blow up everything. And then even the Battlefield 3, I would say, but I would love to see the Bad Company series come back.
Okay.
And this one, for as far as remastered or HD, was the controls are old. They hadn't quite got the how first person shooters, how like if you use a controller, it's default, the right trigger and which one shoot and stuff like that. They hadn't had that pinned down yet. So this doesn't quite play like a normal shooter, but I would love to see, if you haven't played this story, even just go watch it on YouTube or something like that. If you really this is a really good story, really fun game. I would love to see this remastered. And cool. I'm gonna one more.
Okay. One more. What you got?
Wrestling. You guys into wrestling?
I grew up in wrestling. It's not my jam now, but
Well, this one is just an arcade wrestling game. It's just straight up arcade, over the top. It's not like a regular wrestling game. This is more like straight up arcade style. Take it like WrestleFest to extreme. So it's more like you punch and then they just go like this, like NBA Jam meets wrestling.
Okay.
Huh. So everybody's like super ripped no matter what, and it's just really over the top. This one, they try to bring it back in a couple of different ones, but this one right here, I would love to see them remake, or at least THQ owned it, and I don't know, there's licensing issues with this stuff. But as far as, I'd love to see this on an arcade machine. This would be awesome. Somebody make that.
Who's
make
on
an arcade machine with that? Guarantee yourself.
I just had this thought come into my head, guys, and I thought this was kind of funny and interesting. The only grandpa on the show is the one that has all the modern games. He has the nostalgia for the most modern games.
I do. Yes, I do. Well, I played them all. I've played them all.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's clear. Yeah. I mean, you know them in and out, and you've played them. You don't just.
So as far as maybe like 8-bit ones, I'd probably pick Mr. Do. Make that new.
That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that one, nobody really knows who owns the rights to that. So somebody just take it and make it new.
Make some money off of it, right?
Yeah, because that was the perfect combination of what Pac-Man and Dig Dug.
Yep.
They did a bunch of different things. There was like Mr. Do's Castle. They had him on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
They just went all over the place. But the original Mr. Do, I think, would be in the line of like what you guys are talking about, like
Mr. Don't.
Mr. Don't.
Mr. Don't. Come on, Toxin. You don't want to play Mr. Do?
Mr. Do? You don't like Mr.
Come
Do?
on, brother.
It's better than Cubert.
No.
Oh, those are fighting words.
That's
right there.
fire. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I got to figure
Well,
out a
it
way
was
to
nice
make
having
that count.
Oh no!
Anybody in
I'll
the,
bring
anybody
it
in the
back.
chat? Anybody in
Oh,
the chat? We're
man.
taking new.
I'm gonna get a shirt that says Qbert and put a big X on it.
Uh,
Yeah. Send your resume.
Hey, we gotta start controversy here, man. That's how we get the views.
this is a drama-free workplace.
It is, yes.
No, we gotta start drama, dang it.
Yeah.
Why I'm done with Hubert.
You're done with Qbert.
Oh, come
Yeah, Joe
on.
doesn't like Qbert either.
I never said I didn't like him.
Yeah.
No, you told me. You said you
like I
hate
say,
him. You're
I
hate
totally
him.
agree with you.
Yeah.
He's great in Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
That was
Yeah.
that was in confidence, Jay. Yeah, no, so good. All right, Todd, what you got?
Yeah, Todd.
Real quick,
Yeah, Todd.
Ralphie recommended the original Sega. I think that would be an awesome remake or whatnot. I think that'd be awesome. You know, the biggest one for me, the biggest one that I want to see, you know, a remake, a rehash, or I don't know, whatever you really want to call it. I want to see this title here. You know, I'm a big fighter guy. I like playing fighter, you know. But oh, that is pretty loud, isn't it, guys? Jeez. Sorry about that. But yeah, I would love to see Eternal Champions. It was such an awesome 90s fighter game. And I would just like to see them do like a remake of it, you know, or a remaster. You know, give me some of the cool graphics. You know, kind of, even though it's a fighter, you know, just give me kind of smooth it out. And I don't know, I just would love to see something like this. A lot of people don't talk about this game, and it was one of the most favorite ones in the 90s for me.
Who made that one?
I'm not familiar with that one at all.
Good question. Let's see. Obviously it was on the Sega Genesis. I don't remember. Let's see. Was published by Sega.
Really?
So, yeah, publisher and developer was Sega. So, I mean, you know, awesome fighter. I don't know, you know, it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I just think it would be, you know, you have all these cool fighters coming out, which you've got, Street Fighter, the latest one, 6 coming out.
Yep.
And then I heard about Tekken coming out. I forget what number we're on now, but
8, Emily?
Yeah, Tekken 8, that's right. So, I mean, a lot of great fighters are coming out.
Mortal Kombat, we're starting over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One now.
Can we talk about that for a second? What is the deal with starting over? Did they really say why they started over with it? Are they just trying to reboot the whole system, or what are they trying to do?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
No, I had never heard. Just to make things a little.
My
bit more
daughter was like,
confusing.
"What are they doing?"
I think they're trying to say that, okay, this is a complete refresh. You know.
Yeah, complete.
We went a little too crazy with 11. So
Because
we're gonna stack it back a little
yeah,
bit.
we're gonna switch gears and go back to what you guys want.
Yeah,
Jock wants Atari ET. So
yeah.
let's do a reboot or rehash on that.
Yeah.
I think if the guy who made that got another shot at it, I think he. If you ever watched the story of that, he had 6 weeks to make that game.
He rushed
Yeah,
it.
it was something ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't blame the guy.
It wasn't his fault.
No,
Yeah.
they said you have to get out with the movie.
There's a good documentary or something. I've seen that.
Yeah, when they were digging it up when they found it and stuff like that. Yeah, that was actually.
I think he had a couple of he did a lot of great games, I think, too. It was but that's become the one that he's most known for, is the biggest failure, you know.
Correct.
Yeah,
So,
I'd like to see a redemption story for him. So Atari is back in the game, so I would love to see them. I don't know if he's still around, to reach out to him and say, "Hey, man, like we're talking about, remake that one." For that new Atari
did
thing,
he have like a small time period time frame to throw something together super quick. It was like ridiculous. But then he also had to meet the expectations of like Steven Spielberg and you know, the wants and whims, you know, of I don't want it to do that. I want a game that does this, and you know, in the movie industry and stuff. So there was like all these different changes that they wanted to have, you know, of you know, like
yeah, didn't they change the movie?
I want it blue because that's my favorite color. You know, I don't
Did
care.
they edit the movie? Didn't that movie get edited where they took the guns out of the cops' hands and gave them flashlights or something like that?
I don't remember.
Yeah, and like a remaster or something they did there, and just weird things that they're like, oh, we can't have that. But I'd like to see a redemption story for him. So that would, because you know Atari's doing their with the 2600 now. That'd be an awesome cart, you know, just to make ET remastered.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, the game that I wanted it to
be. Yeah. Super Fat Hobbit wants, I guess he's saying Medieval 2 remake.
PS4 Medieval.
So I agree with his second one. Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah. Gauntlet, anything remade,
Gauntlet,
right?
Dog remastered to the current generation. So
yeah, like anything D&D related. Yeah, that would be fantastic.
So Bad Guy, I'm glad you're on.
Hey, yo.
What were we talking about earlier? Refresh my memory. We want to see Tailspin, right?
Tailspin
on NES. So make that into your segment. You know, make that happen, brother. We would love to see it. PD7's here as well. Glad you're here, brother. I think Jason's funny. Those are the internet celebrities who joined us now, so that's great.
P-Dub's stream over.
Must be. I never considered it on the Breakfast Boys. Did you guys? I
like it.
Guess we can slip in these guys. There's nothing better on TV.
We're at the tail end of the station with flip and throw.
Fans are losing interest in direction of the new carriers. We're going with MKX and with MK11. So they decided to go with nostalgia and reboot the carriers we all grew up with. Thank you.
But you can't play them. From what I understand, they just come and pop in as help characters. You can't actually play them, right? I haven't played it yet.
I haven't
played it yet.
I haven't picked it up yet. I mean, it's one of those ones that I want to buy, and it's like because I love my fighters, but
I don't pay full price, so I'll wait. I almost won one on
price. It pays full price.
What?
There's a lot of stupid people that pay full price.
I never paid full price. Look at Street Fighter 6 is already $40.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's already $40 now. I don't pay $70 for any game.
There you go. What's up, guys? Sorry I'm late. His radar went off. That's good to hear. Good. Jesse, glad to see you, brother. We appreciate you here.
I just watched his video on the arcade.
Yeah,
I was really pissed when I seen that it has to be online.
Yeah, without Wi-Fi, it doesn't work. That's garbage.
No, what the heck?
I think that's a really, really bad design.
That's terrible.
They need to come out with a PCB for everybody that bought that, and at least give them an Ethernet connection, you know, a port, and that way, you know, because like he was saying in his video, if we're going into the new generations of routers and whatnot, why would we change our whole router system just for that one cab? It's just insane.
So I don't know how your guys' router works. Let me get a little technical here, but mine has two dual, so I'm running two 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. That doesn't work.
It only works on 2.4.
Yeah. So and he had a new generation that worked on the 6.
Right. 6. Yeah. So
but you don't have the dual running because mine's automatic.
He doesn't have the dual running. It's one of the most advanced routers he got. He's got all his cameras and stuff. It's just a very integrated system, and he has nothing that runs on the 2.4.
Gotcha.
He doesn't, you know.
So he doesn't, because that could slow the whole network down.
Yep.
Well, yes, and
that is terrible.
So
Laser Shoot Larry.
The good thing though is if Arcade 1-Up wants to make it right and stuff, they only have to if they have to send something new out, they only have to send it out to the 6 people who bought them.
Well, you know, I commented on Jesse's video and I said, you know, I was asking about the Ethernet port because I'm sure he looked at the PCB on it and was just shocked that they didn't put that on there. And then,
you can't do like a USB.
Well, adapter? You know, it does USB, and I kind of thought about that after the comment was, you know, you could put that on there and see what. And I don't know if he's going to try that. I wouldn't expect him to, but you know, something to definitely think about. Could you do UBC, and then go from there.
Right. Because I think in my NBA Jam cap, my PCB, you can do that. I think I've seen it. Don't quote me on it, but I think you can get the adapter into a like micro to regular to a Ethernet and do it that way. I want to say Console Kit showed that off one time. Don't quote me on that though. But I want to say it's able to do it, or maybe Rocket Ralph, Retro Ralph.
Actually, he's right. Most routers you can split the channels between 2, 4, and 5.
Yep.
And so, like at the hospital, we have a 2.4 SSID for certain older devices, and then 5 gigahertz because we're trying to migrate everything to 5 gigahertz because, and so there's more channels. So, but yeah, 2.4 is just go ahead.
There is a difference between the two though. 2.4 is a longer distance and can go through walls and stuff like that, and the 5 is more of a line of sight. So I mean, there is a reason why you would want both, because
it goes back on
the
channels.
2.4 has a longer distance. I mean, the higher the frequency, the lower the
but also has higher interference, right? So it's fluorescent lighting, microwaves, right?
Yep.
So yeah, we can go off on a tangent. Like this is exactly. I'm in the middle of a project of replacing 900 APs at a hospital.
Right, yeah.
So yeah,
we can nerd out on this all day.
Exactly, yeah.
I don't think
there is a reason why you
out on it. He's like, I don't want to talk about that. That's
that's work. He's like, that's work.
Yeah.
I came on here to talk about video games. I didn't come on here to talk about network.
But the fact that the machine, beside the network, the fact that the machine has to be online to use it, I mean,
that's the whole problem.
That's unforgivable. And it has nothing on there, nothing on the box saying you had online only. There should be a big fat sticker on there, slapped on that thing, online only, because there's the people who would buy that machine and that machine's geared towards have no idea how to be setting up internet like that. They're just going to be, that's just unexcusable, because that's not the people you are marketing to. The people who would buy a casino cade like that would not know how to set up their router network on, and that they have what they have. And it just does not, it's inexcusable that they let that thing go out.
And I think, I think you made a good point. If you keep buying the products and you keep supporting them and they keep doing stuff like that, then you're just fueling them continuing to do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a shame. I want to support Arcade 1-Up. I want to keep buying their products when it works for me, when it's something that I want. But if you're going to do that to the community and the people that are buying it, I just don't understand the ideology behind that, why they have to have it connected to the internet, because there's got to be things in there that they can do to provide those games local on that network, on that PCB for them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Am I making sense, or am I just jabbing on?
Making sense. There's no reason why it should need the internet.
Just a single patch. Just say, put it on Wi-Fi, push a patch, and it would no longer need Wi-Fi again.
Because NBA Jam just says, do you want to hook it up? I say no every time. And it just plays the game. There's no reason any of those games would need to be on the internet just for high scores. You're not playing anybody. You're not competing against anybody. It literally is just high score. The only reason I can think of is maybe there's a copy protection thing on there. Let's not remember what IIRK did, was they started deleting people's games off their machines that we didn't realize they could do. So, that just leaves a security issue, that you're having this thing online all the time. You don't know what kind of, I don't think our Arcade 1-Up is thinking about those things when they force machines to stay online like that.
Yeah. And this is the only product that they have that's like that, which is weird to me. Why?
Yeah,
why did this particular product, did they choose to say this is what we're going to do with it? And then what if that happens with a KI or a fighting cab that's in the future that we don't know about? What if that's the model that they're going to? I hope that's not, but what if it was? Then we're reliant to have that 2.4, and not all of us are going to do that, as we continue moving forward. We always, routers have to be replaced every 2 to 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Typically.
Yep.
So, I know I've replaced a couple in the last 5 years. So it's a shame. It's a shame. Joel, do you have any? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, like Saxon was saying, or Jester was saying, he's like, what if you have this out in the cabin somewhere where there's no internet?
Yeah.
The whole point of these things is they're just standalone units, and that's what they've sold us all along. And it to artificially make it so it has to be online. I mean, I was shocked. I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So it's just that I didn't care about anything else. I didn't care about, Fast and Furious being 2 games. I'm like, it looks fun anyway. I mean, there's a lot of things I can say, oh, it is what it is. It's not exactly the same, but this is just unexcusable because it makes it a dead machine if you don't have the internet. What if it's locked to somebody's account and you want to sell it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a good point by MG. Maybe it's getting new and fresh questions for the games. It also could be getting new and fresh answers for the games too. Every week that passes, sometimes some of those trivia questions, the correct answer can change.
Oh, you got a visitor.
Yeah. There's Cal. He's my oldest.
That's awesome.
That just makes me think, how high is your desk? How can he get up there?
He's really got it. You got to do another arcade tour, Joel, so everybody can see your point of view.
Yeah. So this, I'm right up against the wall, and in front of me is basically the rest of my house. This is off the house garage. My garage is here. This is behind the garage. So this is he's going up and down stairs. So it steps up into kind of a mud room and over into our house. So it's elevated.
Oh,
so
yep.
This is a platform of just a staircase, basically. So
yep.
I use it as an armrest, and this has become kind of a makeshift. It's not even a desk; it is just a ledge that.
But you got such a good point of view.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So that people like Toxin can have this eye candy of a sweet backdrop.
Brooke, welcome to the show. We're glad that you are here.
Yeah.
Appreciate your friend turning me onto the show. We really appreciate that. Looks like she got a Golden TXL for her birthday. And
nice.
First thing is to replace the monitor. Any suggestions? Go check out 19K Fox's tutorial. He set up a really great step-by-step where to get the monitor and how to replace it. That's who I would recommend. Any of the other guys want to recommend?
Actually, Fox did it, and then Michael B literally copied Fox. He gave him credit, and he mirrored it as well. So yes.
Yeah, and even Toxin's telling you the number right there. So
thank you, Ricky.
Check out the other YouTubers in our community. We have a really great community, really great group of people. So we're really happy that you're part of our community. So
that just tells you how bad that monitor was. The first thing she wants to do is replace it.
She wants to do is replace it. Yeah, no doubt.
I'm new to all this. I want to replace this monitor. Wow.
Man.
There's another,
especially if you've never done any of that before, but it's
the first thing.
So bad, I'm gonna figure out how to do it.
This is terrible.
Fix this thing. Yeah.
That is funny.
Well, guys, we've been talking for over an hour. Anything else y'all want to say before we wrap up this wonderful show?
I thought I'd throw this out there. Retro nostalgia corner. So I've talked about this in the past. So IDW did a limited, short series run, 4 or 5 episodes of Saturday Morning Adventures Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was so well received, I guess, that they've made it into a new series. So there's, I think, 3 or 4 issues that have come out now of just this new series. So I thought it was kind of good. And for people that kind of have a little bit of the looking for the nostalgia bug, it's, I have an all Ninja. I think I've mentioned this on the show before. I have an all things Ninja Turtles subscription pull list, that as far as comics go. And I love the real or the regular run. It's a little more serious, a little. There's the Last Ronin that just came out. It's a little bit darker, but this is just real kind of lighthearted. It reminds me of the original cartoon, the '80s cartoon. And they call it, Saturday Morning Adventures. When I'm reading it, I hear the cartoon characters kind of in my head, the Mikey Cowabunga dude, and just all the different. They really do a good job of sticking to kind of the characters from the cartoon, but kind of giving it a new refresh, a remaster in a way of stories and things like that. So anybody that's interested, it's a real fun, just kind of nostalgia throwback, type thing of get a little bit of your Ninja Turtles. We can't have new cartoons, it seems, of our old favorite Ninja Turtles show anymore.
Yeah.
They got to, do crazy stuff and try to modernize it and make it new and appealing to, I guess, the younger generation. But if you're looking for just, some new stories with your old favorite characters, it's a good run. So they just did the collected version of the original, the 4-part kind of mini series that they did. So I think you can pick that up on Amazon and get the whole bundle. But then, this is just started, a couple months ago. They're only 3 or 4 issues in. So you can, I'm sure, find the back issues and start picking up the new stuff when it
That's
starts
cool.
coming out. Just thought I'd throw that out there and mention it to those that might be interested.
Awesome.
Big Turtles fan myself, so yeah, that's awesome.
So anything else? Yeah, go. I was going to say, you want to talk about that a little bit?
So latest deal at Ollie's. Pick it up. I know PD7's showing this off at Walmart, but you can get this at Ollie's for $14.99 right now. It is the Coordination Starscream for $14.99. My Ollie's had a bunch of them. They restocked them, but yeah, if you're a big Transformers fan, this is from the movie, from the original movie when he becomes king for about 5 seconds before he gets disintegrated. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's cool. And let me show you what it looks like on the back. So that's what it looks like. It actually looks pretty cool.
Was that the only 86 one they had, or they had more? Yes,
nothing else. There's nothing else. They do have like a Prime and a Shockwave of another series I don't recognize, but it looked cool too, but not as cool as the 80s cartoons. So yeah, so if you guys are, and it's 50, they're selling it brand new right now, $55 at Walmart. So
that's crazy.
So snag that up. And
they have a pile of them over there.
They did. I went in last Thursday looking for your helmet and your shield, which they didn't have, but they still had some.
Really? They were gone?
They were gone. And now it's all replaced with He-Man.
Power of those things.
Yep, it's all replaced with He-Man. It's He-Man now.
Jeez, they move stuff quick there.
Yeah, they do. A lot of My Pillows though. If you need a My Pillow,
yeah, My Pillow. If you need one, you know where to get it. Right.
No RK 1-ups or nothing, but a bunch of My Pillows.
Yeah.
What about you, Matt? You got anything going on this week?
This week, not necessarily. At least, like I got the arcade all situated, and so that took a while. And so I'm
digging the tall one. I'm liking that.
Which one?
The one, yeah, right behind you.
I made that one.
That is nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's a At Games Mini with a 32-inch TV.
I like that.
So it's for vertical games, like so. Shmups and Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, and also, of course, pinball as well.
Yeah, it looks like pinball would work real well on that.
Yes, sir. Now I'm just state the obvious. As always, that our friends in the chat, you guys rock. And so we're blessed to have you here in Discord.
Yep, it's always good to have you guys showing up. We wouldn't do this without you.
Absolutely,
we'd still have these talks and conversations, but it'd be I don't know, through phone or Discord or something. But
Yep.
you guys keep showing up and wanting to listen and join in on the antics, so we're willing to try to keep bringing you along as best as we can. It sometimes you're talking before the show. It sometimes gets a little difficult to be talking and try to follow along in the multitask on the chat, and got to give Todd and Dan and these guys that host these things props, because it's a difficult thing to be multitasking.
Yeah, I can't even watch the chat half the time because it's just so.
Yes, sir.
That's a skill.
Yeah, well.
Oh, and also, we're picking up, was it level 10, right, for Shredder's Revenge Sunday night for the Discord?
Yep. Yeah, we're on level 10.
Yep.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, we can use some more help.
We can play 6 people. We were playing with 3, so it's myself.
That's pretty
If
cool.
I get home, maybe I'll try to. If I get
Start
home time, I might try to jump on. We're headed out of town this weekend again, over across state. My baby sister just had her first child, so we're going to meet her nephew. So
It's best not to pay attention.
Yeah, it's best not to pay attention to the chat.
we got a filter. It's called the MG filter. YouTube just
he
pushed
helps
it out
us out.
last month. And you can just shut off all MG comments on our end. So
does that work on Discord too?
I don't know. If we might have to put in a request.
Yeah,
But
might have
the
to
problem-
look into that.
He's so smart, he can take away the filter, right? That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
So
quite smart.
I got a pretty busy week. I got the Coke machine coming from New Wave Toys. It is at the post office right now, waiting for me to pick it up. So I am stoked to get that, and I need to do some videos. So I will probably do an unboxing of that one, and I know Toxin did his video, which was awesome. I got the one that has the new.
Oh, I was going to ask you. Did you get new Coke or classic?
Or yeah. So yeah, I got that one coming, and looking forward to checking that out. I broke it to my wife that I was getting it. And she said, "Great, something else you're going to collect." And then she started talking about where am I going to store all this stuff. So we had a good long conversation on that. So,
well, honey, we're buying another house.
He just moved. Yeah.
I just moved, and now we're already talking.
We're putting an extension.
We're putting an extension in the house. So
is the old place still available? Like, maybe you just don't sell it. Don't sell that place.
Just leave my stuff over there, and I'll just drive there when
I'm making you a she shed, so you can put all the furniture in.
Yeah. And then before we
you got a good storage unit, buddy, that does drums and stuff like that. Maybe you guys work something out.
Out something, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see here. And I did want to share with the guys, because I had showed this with these guys behind stage, but I'm saving up my money for this as well. So let's see here. Yeah, here's the guy. So cool. I am saving up my money for this as well. So, did we lose Jay?
You got a video for him.
My video just died. Hang on.
Yeah.
You want me to play the video?
Yeah, you got to show him what the $200 is getting you.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not just a little prop here that sits at your door.
Yeah.
This is closest you're going to get to real Yoda.
Yeah.
Our wise little friend is getting festive. It's the all-new animated holiday Yoda.
Enjoy the festivities, you will.
You must.
Very wise with season's greetings is he. With much Jedi...
Oh,
it locks up.
Oh,
I think all our equipment's dying.
Yeah.
We got demonetized. They booted him.
Did he?
Copyrights. Disney.
No, we're still here.
Have much fun together.
There you go.
There we go.
May the holiday spirit be with you and the
These are too
all-new
much bandwidth.
animated holiday Yoda.
You want 2.4?
Oh. So yeah, I'm saving up
Yes,
my money for that. So let's see what everybody thinks about that. Let's see here. Ralphie says, "Oh wow,
Take them balls.
them
Watch your back,
eyes.
Yoda.
Funny that is."
Just imagine that being at your Christmas tree and you like wake up at night and then this thing just starts talking to you.
Yeah.
Watch your back.
Freak
Yoda.
people out.
So
should we give a spoiler preview for what we got planned for next week?
What are you
I like
thinking,
it.
brother? Worth every penny. Thank you. At least somebody agrees with me.
Well, once we saw all that it was bringing to the table, I think we were all in agreement that it was worth every penny.
Yeah.
When we first saw it looked like, it was some sort of desk ornament or something like that, and we were like, $200, Todd, for this little
creepy eyed
Yoda Christmas statue. I don't know, but we saw it basically life size, and it talked, it walked, it sang, tucked you into bed at night.
Yeah. Oh, a sister! You have a sister. Get her for Christmas. Oh, MG. Oh boy. It is hard and not hard. The problem is we'll sit in a box for 10 months of the year. No, that bad boy is going to be out all year.
It would go next to the Halloween tree.
Yeah.
Gotta have Halloween tree and Christmas Yoda.
Yeah, there you go.
We told you it's every holiday. It's going to switch over to Easter.
Yep, bunny ears during Easter, Valentine's Day.
Yep.
We'll do that. St. Patrick's Day.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's gonna be drinking beer.
Birthday hat and a party whistle.
Yeah,
he's going to be slicing wet leprechauns with a sword.
Yeah, and then we're gonna do like a turkey hat. We can get him the turkey hat that has the two drum legs. Yeah, I mean it's gonna be the
4th of July. He's just gonna be like with a flag on it.
Put a flag hat and maybe some sunglasses so the eyes don't freak you out at least a couple of months.
I don't know, were they popular all over the place or just in my region of the world when I was a kid? But my mom had this goose that sat on the porch, but you could everywhere. All the stores sold, clothes and costumes and things to dress up your goose, your porch goose. And
so, MG, I think you and I are going to get it now.
Not Oklahoma.
No,
I don't remember that either.
Yeah,
I just remember the fish on the wall that sang.
Oh yeah,
big plastic or I think some of them were.
I remember Joel and my mother would have it on the front porch, and she would have it every holiday. She would change out the clothes. Or she'd make me change out the clothes because, I was the kid. But yeah, I remember that.
Don't change the ghost's clothes.
There was holiday stuff, there was rain jackets, but then there was also like sports jerseys and stuff. Like you could put a Red Wings jersey on it or Lions or something. Yeah.
Man, people are just flooding out of the chat. We're talking about
Goose.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo
They're
Yoda.
gone.
Yes, thank you, Ralph.
Cinco de Mayo Yoda.
There you go. Well, that's what I've got coming up this week, and hopefully, if I get Yoda, I will have him on one of the shows. So,
nice.
Well, guys, it's been fun. We've had a great show. What did you want to talk about next week, Joel? What were you saying?
I was just gonna, tune in give them a reason to tune in next week.
We're going to talk about more gooses or
Goose cast.
Goose, Yoda and gooses.
Goose cast.
Yoda and gooses, yeah.
No, I think we were talking about pinball. People haven't got enough their pinball kicks, so we're looking at VPin, virtual pinball stuff.
Virtual pinball next week. We'll talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, nobody's talking about that. I think that's a good topic.
Yeah.
I've been starting for people that have seen some of the pictures in the Discord. I've been starting 3/4 scale VPin build, and I think Matt's got some cool stuff on the way for his
ALP
A1 up or not. Sorry,
no ALP.
Games.
Yes, sir.
ALP. Yep. So. Yeah, we got some cool stuff coming, and I think we're going to talk about some of the cool products that are out there for VPin builds and what we found, what were, I think, budget-friendly type stuff and different mods, things to improve them.
You can go down a rabbit hole with those, man. I've seen, somebody did all decked out, look more complicated than an actual pinball machine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Virtual, yeah.
They're at not
That's
to get into it
ridiculous.
now, but there's like they're adding Kinect's eye trackers and stuff like that because the tables will shift dimension view and stuff depending on where you're looking, and there's a lot of you can get pretty deep into it.
Yep.
Pinball is Venom.
But we're all for people who can't afford even real pinball tables, so we're definitely going to be approaching.
Especially if I'm spending $200 on a Yoda.
Yeah.
I mean,
budget.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
and
Yeah.
You gotta
helmets.
save up for Yoda and the goose.
Can't even get a helmet. Yeah, there you go. Yoda and the goose.
Yoda and the goose.
There you go.
That should be the title. Yoda and the goose.
We probably will be doing that. So, yeah. Well, guys, awesome show tonight. Thank y'all for joining us. We appreciate it. We love every one of you. Y'all have a safe evening. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. So y'all have a fantastic evening, and we will see y'all next week.